What's up YouTube, Saf here on Super Saf TV, and in this video we're going to be looking at the key differences between the Google Pixel XL and the iPhone 7 Plus. Now to begin with, a quick apology for my voice. It might not be normal, and that is because I'm recovering from a flu, and I'm also a little bit overdosed on meds right now, so I might be a little bit high too, so disclaimer there. So a lot of you guys have asked me for this comparison, and we have the flagship from Google as well as the flagship from Apple. So we'll be putting these two head to head to see what the key differences are. Now starting off with the displays, we have 5.5-inch displays on both here. We do have different technologies, however. We have an LED backlit display on the iPhone 7 Plus. On the Pixel XL, it is an AMOLED display. Now this we'll have to see in more detail, but AMOLED displays are usually a little bit more vibrant, and I generally prefer the colors a little bit better on AMOLED displays. Might come down to your personal preference. One thing that the iPhone 7 Plus does have is 3D touch, so this is force touch. The display is sensitive to pressure, so you can push down harder on certain applications and things and get more options. This is something that's not available on the Pixel XL. Now in terms of resolution, however, the Pixel XL definitely gets the win with Quad HD resolution. So you've got 2560 by 1440, roughly about 534 ppi pixel density. The iPhone 7 Plus on the other hand only has 1080p. Now that's not bad in any way, but it gives you a pixel density of 401 ppi, so nowhere near as good as the Pixel XL. Goes with the name Pixel XL, doesn't it? And although at general viewing distances you're not going to be able to notice much of a difference, the Pixel XL is definitely going to excel in VR, and this is something that Google are really pushing as well. So if you're somebody who likes virtual reality, then the Google Pixel XL may be something that you want to consider. Now in terms of the size differences, the Pixel XL actually comes in smaller, both in terms of the height and width. Around 3.5 millimeters in terms of the height, around 2.2 millimeters in terms of the width, and it's roughly about 1.3 millimeters thicker. So you do have this size difference here. And the Pixel XL also comes in 20 grams lighter compared to the iPhone 7 Plus. So this is something that you're going to have to bear in mind, because the Pixel XL is generally going to be a little bit more compact at that same screen size. Now the build and design, both of these have a metal unibody, and both of them are premium. We've got different designs here, and that will come down to your personal preference. The iPhone 7 Plus comes in silver, gold, rose gold, as well as two new colors. We have the black, which I really like, and I've got here with me, or also the jet black, the shiny black that we have. The Pixel XL comes in silver, black, or blue, but blue is only available in US, so that is a bit of a shame if you are somebody who wants to go for that blue color. In either case, you can pick up a skin for either of these devices from our sponsor dbrand. They provide some high quality skins which let you customize the look of your device, so you don't have to worry about what you get. You can change it as and when you like. I'm going to be leaving a link to them in the description below, so definitely do go ahead and check them out. Now one advantage that the 7 Plus does have is that it's IP67 water and dust resistant. This is not something that's available on the Pixel XL, nothing that they've advertised anyway. I'm sure some guys will be doing some tests with the Pixel XL as soon as it's released, and it may have some secret water resistance that's built in, but nothing official that we have here. Now in terms of the internals, the iPhone 7 Plus comes with Apple's A10 Fusion chip. This is a quad core chip, and we also have 3 GB of RAM. The Pixel XL actually comes with the Snapdragon 821. This is, I believe, the first device with the Snapdragon 821. Once again, this is also quad core, but you have 4 GB of RAM. Now in terms of speed and performance, we're going to have to do a detailed speed test between these two. The 7 Plus has been super fast in my experience, definitely one of the fastest devices out there. So it'll be interesting to see how the Pixel XL stacks up. Now for the storage versions, the iPhone 7 Plus comes with 32, 128 or 256 GB options. Obviously you're going to be paying more for the larger options. With the Google Pixel XL, you have 32 or 128 gig. However, the Pixel XL does come with unlimited storage for backups online, and that is at full resolution. So even if you have videos at 4K, those will be backed up and you have unlimited storage. They've not said for how long, so I'm assuming it's forever, but I don't know. This has not been specified, so that is definitely good. With iCloud, you are going to have to pay. You get 5 GB, I believe, that's free, but anything more and then you are going to have to pay. So this is an advantage that you do get with the Pixel XL, although you do get the 256 gig option on the iPhone 7 Plus. Now moving on to the cameras, this is where it gets interesting. So the iPhone 7 Plus has a dual camera setup. The main primary camera is a 12 megapixel sensor with an f1.8 aperture as well as optical image stabilization. Then you've got optical zoom. So the second sensor is an f2.8 sensor, and it's actually a zoom sensor, so it's roughly about 56 millimeters, and that is going to give you some zoom, but it only works in bright situations, by the way. In low light, that doesn't even work because of the f2.8 aperture. That's just something that I thought I'd put in there, but it is definitely quite useful, especially if you want to get closer to your subjects. That's definitely a nice thing to have. You're also going to be having a depth effect coming soon. It's only in beta right now, but it's going to be mainstream soon, and that's where you're going to be able to blur the background to give it some great results. And I am pretty impressed with the iPhone 7 Plus camera. It's definitely one of my favorite cameras out there right now. I've done lots of tests and I'll be linking those in the card, so definitely do go ahead and check those out. Now with the Pixel XL, you have a 12.3 megapixel camera, and this has an f2.0 aperture, but it does have large pixels, and this is supposed to be working really well in low light. There's no mention of optical image stabilization, but you do have digital image stabilization. And DxOMark, the well-known website that does tests with lots of different smartphone cameras and your standard mainstream cameras as well, have rated the Pixel XL as the best smartphone camera out there. Now, I'd take that with a pinch of salt because I'd want to do real life tests, and I will be doing those super SAF style, and I know you guys want to see those. So if you want to see those, then hit that thumbs up button to let me know, and make sure you have subscribed. You want to see those, and make sure you've also switched on notifications, because as soon as the Pixel XL is in hand, we're going to be doing lots of tests with it, and you don't want to miss those out. Now in terms of video, you have 4K on both, which is absolutely great. You also have slow motion options, so 120 frames a second at 1080 and 240 frames a second at 720, so that's nice to see on both. In terms of the selfie shooters, we have 8 megapixels on the Pixel XL with an f2.4 aperture. With the iPhone 7 Plus, you have 7 megapixels with an f2.0 aperture. Now once again, Google are saying that we have larger pixels on the Pixel XL, hence the name Pixel. So this should mean that we're going to be getting better low light images. Once again, this will have to be tested out super SAF style, so you know what to do. I'm not going to say it again. Now moving on to the operating systems, this is where it gets really interesting, because this is where we have stock on both. So we have iOS, the latest version of iOS 10.0.2, I believe my iPhone 7 Plus is on right now. And with the Pixel XL, you're going to be getting 7.1 Android, which is Nougat. So you're going to be getting the latest and greatest from both here. The updates are going to be coming to you straight away, and you're not going to have to wait around, and they'll be working smoothly as well, so you're not going to have to worry about bloatware and things. I'm not going to go into individual features because this is going to take too long, but those are also covered in other videos. However, it comes down to your personal preference. I think iOS is a bit more simple and straightforward, whereas Android does allow you more customization. Now in terms of the additional hardware features, we do have a fingerprint sensor on both devices. It's a touch sensor, so it's not a button on either of these. You've got it on the home button on the iPhone 7 Plus, and on the Pixel XL, it's actually the back. So this is a similar setup to what we had on the Nexus 6P. You've got Siri on the iPhone 7 Plus. You've got Google Assistant on the Pixel XL. Now, this is supposed to be very advanced, and it's supposed to be the next thing in AI. So definitely interested to check this out, and from what we're seeing, it is a lot more advanced compared to Siri, but we can do a more detailed comparison later on. You've got USB Type-C on the Pixel XL. You've got a Lightning connector on the iPhone 7 Plus. Now it becomes a little bit more interesting because you are going to be using this Lightning connector a lot, especially if you listen to music with your wired headphones, and that is because you don't have a 3.5mm headphone jack. Surprise all of you guys already know about that, but there is no headphone jack on the iPhone 7 Plus. You're going to have to use the converter that comes out of the box, or look for lightning cables, or get some wireless earpods or headphones, don't get earpods. Those things look so stupid. But anyway, the Pixel XL does have a 3.5mm headphone jack if that is important to you. Now in terms of sound as well, the iPhone 7 Plus does have dual speakers. So there's dual speakers, one is front facing, one's bottom facing. The Pixel XL just has a single bottom firing speaker. So the iPhone 7 Plus should be sounding better compared to the Pixel XL. Now in terms of the batteries, the Pixel XL actually comes with a larger battery. So you've got 3,450 milliamps versus 2,900 milliamps on the iPhone 7 Plus. You also get quick charging, so that does give it an advantage. The Pixel XL, you're going to be able to get a top up much quicker compared to that on the 7 Plus. Now, how long each of these lasts, we'll have to see. The iPhone 7 Plus, in my experience, has been very, very good. One of the best devices that I've used in terms of battery life. You can use it all day long, even if you are a heavy user. That's in my experience I've found. Now we'll have to see how well the Pixel XL does. One thing you do have to bear in mind is that you're pushing out more pixels on the Pixel XL. You are not pushing out as many with the full HD display on the iPhone 7 Plus. Now in terms of pricing, this is very interesting because for the first time ever, Google have actually matched the pricing of the iPhones. So you're going to be paying the same for the 32GB models and the same for the 128GB models. Obviously with the 7 Plus you do have the option of a 256GB model. This is very, very interesting to me because Google Nexus phones traditionally have been quite a bit cheaper, and that's been one of the selling points, that you go for one of the Nexus phones and you're going to be saving a bit of money. But now they're actually charging exactly the same price, which is a bit of a surprise, especially considering that the bump up from the Pixel to the Pixel XL doesn't seem too much. You're not getting a dual lens sensor or anything like you're getting with the iPhone 7 Plus compared to the iPhone 7, for example. So that's just something to bear in mind. You are going to be paying the same. Now with the iPhone 7 Plus, it's supposed to be available right now, but it's not because it's out of stock everywhere. So you can go ahead and pre-order this, and it's probably going to come in about 2 to 3 weeks time. Jet Black is completely out of stock, so that you are going to have to wait till, I believe, November sometime to actually get that. But the other colors you can pick up, but there is a bit of a delay. Now with the Pixel XL, release is supposed to be around 20th of October, so late October. My pre-order unit, they're saying, should be coming by 24th to 26th of October. So that's when the release is going to be, and you can pre-order it right now. So there we have it, the detailed comparison between the Google Pixel XL and the iPhone 7 Plus. Some interesting features from both here, and both offering some great things. Which one would you go for? Drop me a comment below and let me know your thoughts. This is Google versus Apple like it's never been before, so it's an interesting battle. As mentioned, once the Pixel XL is out in hand, I'm going to be doing some detailed tests with it. If you want to see that first, then make sure you have subscribed and make sure you also have switched on notifications. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you did, then please do hit that thumbs up button for me. It really does help me out. Thanks for watching. This is Saf on Super Saf TV, and I'll see you next time. Man, that was not good on my throat. But anyway.